Hello and welcome back to Matt's Mindspace. Before we get into today's topic, I just want to say thanks to the people who were involved in my last video and all the support they gave me and the confidence to, after the first video, to go ahead and make a second one. So here we go. Today's topic is going to be about the altered rarities and the relevance to them and with deck building. So first off, what is the altered rarities? Well, there's three to start with. Every single card in the game has a common version. On screen you should see the Lyra Navigator, which this is its common version. It has a complete black border and there is a tiny little gem above its name. When it's white, this is a common version of the card. Heroes and tokens also count as common cards, even the full art promo versions, which means common foilers, which we will get to, work on them as well. So important to note, with the Lyra Navigator on screen, take note of its hand cost, its from reserve cost, which is 2 and 3, and its stats of 004. This is going to be relevant when we talk about the rare version of the card, which I will now put on screen for you. So, what's different? You can see straight away that the reserve cost has completely changed. You can also see that there's a brand new effect on the bottom of the card, so let's take a look at this. In your rare versions of all your cards, there is a rare version of every single card in the game as well. This is not a problem. The changes to the rare card are always noted in yellow. If there is something brand new or a new keyword or a change to their stats and or cost, you will see that the number or text is highlighted in yellow. The example here is the Lyra Navigator's from reserve cost has gone from a 3 down to a 2 and has been highlighted in yellow as a result. So let's check out the extra ability as well, which is to discard itself from reserve, and you get to resupply, which is take the top card of your deck, as we explained in the last video, and place it into your reserve pile, and it's basically a free draw card. This gives the rare card some more utility. It does make it a little better than the common, and yeah, why would you play the common over the rare? We'll get to that later as well. So, up on the screen next is another version of the Lyra Navigator in rare form, and this time it is the secondary rare known as the Out of Faction rare. Lyra Navigator is primarily a Lyra card based on its common, so in this case the pink, but you can see here it's red and has the Bravos symbol. This means it's playable in Bravos decks. And what's the difference between this and the common? Nothing at all. It's still 2 and 3 with a 004 stat. It is just a playable card in Bravos right now. This could be relevant in future if Bravos needs citizens, or if they're looking for a way to play effective water, as Bravos does not have an emphasis on the water stat in its card list. Once again, all common cards have a second rare known as the Out of Faction rare. You will find this across all the cards in the game, and it can provide additional benefits or support to the deck in question. An example is Lyra Festival. Everybody knows that one. I'll put it up on the screen here, but I will put up its Out of Faction version where we get the same effect as the common, but in Muna. Why would we want it in Muna? Well, Muna has the capability of providing all three of those effects for the Lyra Festival's win condition just as easily as Lyra can. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the one per unique per video card a little out of the order. Normally I would like to do this at the end of each video and showcase a individual unique that's either good or bad and has relevance worth mentioning. I've been sent this one by our community member and friend of mine, Sasha Stark. Thank you for your support, my friend. And he sent me this unique version of the Lyra Navigator, which allows me to talk about the unique rarity as well. So first off, take a note of the key factor of what signifies a unique card is the big, bright golden gem at the top. The name is emboldened in gold and everything just looks really pretty, and there is always a unique alternate artwork that represents the card as well. So what have we gained and lost here? Well, we can see that the hand cost is a 2 and a 2 instead of the 2 and the 3, and the water stat has gone down from the 004 to the 002. But it has gained a brand new ability, which is when it enters an expedition from anywhere, you may pay an additional 1 mana, and if you do, all characters you control gain 1 boost. Is this good? So, yes, I think it is. There's nothing more like playing out your turn, being down to just a few mana, your opponent thinking you have nothing big left you can drop, and then all of a sudden this comes down, and the 2 or 3 extra characters you've got have all just gained a +1 boost, and suddenly the mathematics just don't add up for your opponent at all. Is it fantastic of a card? No. Is it a generically good one that you can apply in an average Lyra deck if you don't have anything else, or don't have a game plan that a different unique could fulfill for you? Yes, absolutely. And just to point out, this is the Outer Faction unique version, so it is in Bravos, which, as I've stated before, does not have too much of a grip on the water element, so this still has some relevance if you're looking to fill the water slot in Bravos. Now, back to the explanation of the unique rarity. The unique rarity is a special kind of rarity. The print you see before you on screen is the only one in existence with precisely this name, with this cost, with these stats, with that ability on it, and you will not find another one. It is not possible. That's not to say there are not a finite number of copies that can be made. That is in fact the case, but Equinox has assured us there are enough copies for the foreseeable future that they shouldn't run out anytime soon. So why is that relevant? Well, when you play a unique, nobody knows you have it. Nobody knows what effect it might have. Nobody knows what it can do. As long as you've kept it more or less under wraps, you're going to find that these cards have the power to pack a punch, because your opponent cannot plan for a unique. You also cannot plan for your opponent's uniques. And observant watchers from the last video will notice that this is a significantly different power level of a unique versus the Hydrochina that I showed off at the end of my last video. We can treat that one as a boss level unique with game-changing warping. If this gets down and sticks, it's probably going to carry me the game from there on out. Versus this Lyra Navigator, which may not carry the game, but it might give you one really good push of a turn and push you forward in your expedition when your opponent was not expecting to lose. And before I forget, the unique has a special caveat. You will find that there are no spells or landmark uniques at all. This is intentional. They have tried to balance unique spells and landmarks, and for the foreseeable future, it's just not something they want to continue with at all. So very briefly, I also want to cover the 3 foilers. The common, rare, and unique foilers that a lot of you will have seen by now. So they've made it so with foilers, if you foil your Lyra Navigator here in common and use 1 common foiler on it, it commons your whole playset. You only need to use 1 foiler for the entire playset of every card you want to use it for, meaning you need some 160 common foilers to foil your whole playset, and double that for your rares, due to the fact that there is the in-faction and out-of-faction rare card. Uniques are the same. This has been tested. You can foil a version of your unique, and if you gain another of the same name, for example, I have 2 Hydrochinas, both were foiled off of 1 unique foiler. I would very much like to cover that as a little bit deeper in another video regarding the app and its functions, so please look forward to that in the near future. I hear you ask me, why play a common card at all? Why not just play 40 uniques if you can get your hands on them? Why not just play 40 rares? Because they are significant upgrades to their commons. Well, you'll find that there are in fact deck building rules, and you'll find them in the quick rules as well on the Altered website. Your deck must have a minimum of 40 cards, 39 regular cards, and 1 hero at least. Of those 39, you are allowed only a maximum of 15 rare cards. You may also include on top of this 3 unique cards, for a total of 18 non-common cards. Everything else must be a common card, and you also are allowed only 3 of the named character. If you play a unique Lyra Navigator, you may only play 2 additional Lyra Navigators of any rarity, so 2 rare, or 2 common, or 1 common, and 1 rare. This is going to lead to a lot of interesting deck building options where you have to debate, is it worth bothering with the rare Lyra Navigator, or should you just leave it as the common? What uniques can you bring, given you're only allowed to bring 3 into your deck? Which ones are going to bring the most, the game plan you're working with, and surprise your opponent the most as well? Okay guys, so that's going to be it from me today. That covers the altered rarity and the reasons why it's important to have that information in building your deck and what options you would consider taking and why you might take that, and oh, do I need all 3 of these in rare? Maybe I can do that. That unique gets me somewhere. Good luck with building decks with that information, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.